This is Lesotho, the only country in the world which has all its land more than 1,000 meters above sea level. Lesotho is dominated by its magnificent mountains. This country has much more to offer in terms of traditional rural life, culture and scenery, but little in terms of agricultural output. Agriculture remains Lesotho's principal economic activity, dominated by crop and livestock production. Increased agricultural production and yield for the staple food crops such as maize, wheat, sorghum, and beans is essential for the survival of Lesotho's rural households. Approximately 75% of Lesotho's population live in rural areas and depend on agriculture for food production and source of income. Over 90% of the farmers in Lesotho are subsistence, and almost half of the rural population lives below the poverty line. To alleviate poverty, agriculture is seen as a key sector in Lesotho's poverty reduction strategy. The herds of merino sheep and Angora goats that roam in the mountains of Lesotho provide wool and mohair used for weaving tapestries, one of Lesotho's exports and source of income for rural women. With only 10% of Lesotho's land suitable for crop farming, Lesotho's 1.8 million people need agricultural news and information to improve national food security and increase income levels. Jonani Matla, a management accountant who worked for over 10 years as a political activist and journalist, thought of starting up a publication aimed at developing Lesotho's agricultural sector.
Farming issues are the real politics. When me and my wife ventured into cabbage and wheat production at our small farm in Hasetse in the district of Leribe, I realized how much farmers needed an agricultural newspaper to rely on. I consulted my family, friends, and some government officials about starting up an agricultural newspaper in the Mountain Kingdom of Lesotho. After much consultations and deliberations, the Silo newspaper was born.
The Silo newspaper is part of Lesotho's solution towards achieving United Nations Millennium Development Goal of eradicating extreme poverty and hunger. This newspaper tackles many serious challenges that constrain the performance and output of Lesotho's agricultural sector. In many parts of Lesotho, agricultural production is stagnant or even in decline, particularly subsistence and smallholder agriculture. Although the reasons for this scenario are many and debatable, they include lack of suitable inputs for production, inappropriate farming technologies, recurrent droughts, heavy frost, soil erosion, inefficient water control and management, impact of HIV, and growing poverty. The Silo newspaper provides its readers with news and information aimed at addressing agricultural challenges and ultimately develop the agricultural sector.
We are 100% devoted in publishing developmental news with priority in agriculture, with the aim of furnishing the farmers with timely, relevant and accurate information to reduce or alleviate poverty and ensure national food security.
Published in English and Sesotho, the Silo newspaper is owned by Facts Media House Pty Limited, a local Basotho company incorporated in July 2010. The first issue of this newspaper was printed on the 27th of July 2010. The Sesotho version of this newspaper is called Sisiu, which is simply a direct translation of the Silo. The founders of this newspaper have used all modes of transport in Lesotho in their quest for providing agricultural news and information which is relevant, timely, and accurate.
We have interviewed various types of farmers, chief executives of companies, students, teachers, agricultural field officers, and other government officials. But above all, we are grateful to have interviewed His Majesty King Lesueur III and discussed farming issues with him.
The Silo newspaper provides an overview of agricultural news and information at national and local levels. It covers all different disciplines in agriculture, including horticulture, livestock, agronomy, seed multiplication, plant protection, nutrition, agricultural machinery and implements, financial management, and agro-industries. Upon its inception, this newspaper managed to secure a constant circulation of 30,000 copies, published fortnightly and distributed evenly in Lesotho and neighboring towns of the Free State Province in the Republic of South Africa.
We are the first and the only agricultural newspaper in Lesotho. We look forward to reaching out to more vulnerable communities and establishing partnerships with key players in the agricultural sector.
The Silo or Sisiu newspaper is available all over Lesotho, and it is well priced, bearing in mind the needs and income levels of rural farming households. Its website attracts visitors from all over the world, and this newspaper runs an hour-long radio program where its editor engages experts from different fields in agriculture. The Silo News team works with highly qualified professionals and reputable organizations which include government departments, farmers associations, United Nations agencies, NGOs, trading businesses, academic and training institutions, financial institutions, and media houses. The board of directors, news team, technocrats, and contributors to the Silo newspaper look forward to many more years of working together towards increasing physical and economic access to agricultural news and information for improved livelihoods.
Hela, Magadua. Tšhelete ya ne e sa leng kgale ke lebelletse ya phungola e fihlile ka je.
Hela bathong ga tola ka thaba ka utlwa monate. Hana jwale o regile go tla etsa jwang? Neng o no bua ka dikgogo, o bua ka dikgomo, o bua ka dikolobe. Jwale morao tje e ka ba keng go teng mo?
Ke ntse ke lo ho tene ya gore ke tlo qala ka dikgomo tsa dikweng. Ke bona ka ke yona e ntle.
Tshele khale na ho thu dikgomo tsa dikwekwe ga tola ka. Ke tsaba go thu dikgogo. Ke a hlokomela go bona le seo se hlokang.
E ka ba ke eng jwale Mogadua wa?
Ke koranta ya Sisiu.
Sisiu?
Hantle, koranta ya Sisiu e teng. Koranta ena e fana ka malebela le tataiso go dihwai.
Jwale e fumaneha ho kae Mogadua?
Koranta ena e fumaneha dikoporasi le dibakeng tsohle tse